Hi everyone, it's me, Allie from Melanin Masterclass. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Melanin Masterclass, where we refresh, renew, and reveal the new you for a life you love. Today, we're focused on continuing our conversation about words, thoughts, and using those to create the destinies that we want. But did you know that you're amazing? You are. You are amazing. The key to getting the best words, thoughts for a better outcome into our lives is to already know our own true self worth and live that. How do we get there? This is all so complicated, choosing the right words and thoughts and, understanding and knowing ourselves and realizing that on our own, we're all amazing creatures. One of the first things that we have to try to, I just used that word try, right? See, cut that out. One of the things that we must do is to truly understand ourselves so that others can understand us. The best way to do that is understanding what our main values and qualities are. There are a whole list of values and qualities that we all can be or we all qualify for. Let me read you a list of some of the most common values and states, right? All right, so adventure, altruism, balance, beauty, brotherhood, charity. And these are words and things that we admire in ourselves or we admire in others. Admiring things in others also leads us to discover things about ourselves. So some of these things that we do admire in others, they're actually qualities that we want to be ourselves. So here goes the list. Ability, abundance, accuracy, adventure, cooperation, conquest, courage, creativity, culture, dignity, discovery, duty, ease, energy, excitement, fame, family, forgiveness, freedom, friendship, fun, greatness, growth, happiness, health, honor, hope, humility, independence, individuality, innocence, integrity, intimacy, joy, justice, kindness, knowledge, law abiding, leaving a mark, leisure, love, making a difference, mastery, maturity, money, nature, optimism, originality, passion, patience, peace of mind, pleasure, popularity, positivity, power, prestige, pride, privacy, prosperity, purpose, reason, recognition, respect, responsibility, risk, romance, safety, security, self-control, self-esteem, self-interest, service, sex, spirituality, spontaneity, strength, success, support, surrender, talent, teamwork, toys, treasure, trust, truth, wealth, wisdom, humility, independence. So this is an exhaustive list of key values and states that we either admire in ourselves or in others. Do me a favor, write down, make a list. Here are several lists that I made up for myself, right? The first one is, I do not like people who are blank. I like people who are blank. I do not like people who do blank. I do not like people who have blank, right? So let's go back over that list. I do not like people who are, choose a key value or state. I do like people who are blank, key value or state. I do not like people who do blank, key value or state, right? Then make a list of those things, and there you are. You would find yourself understanding what kind of people you truly most want to gravitate to or truly want to know more. Before you understand and know how to make good relationships, this also is a key way to look for personal or familiar relationships, whether it's romantic, or I should say romantic or friendships, right? You should understand what kind of people and what kind of qualities you admire in a person before you go out and pursue that type of individual. All right. So then the next list that I want you to make is make a list of the best qualities of your mother. Make a list of the best qualities of your father, right? Make a list of the best qualities of the person or animal you love the most. This is a very, very good way for you to understand what you naturally gravitate to, because remember, our parents are our first relationships that we have with the world. And while our parents are not perfect, no, none of us are, right? So what we want to do with that list is really taking out those good qualities that our parents display, or what we admire with them or in them, and displaying. And if you don't know your mother or your father, you can use an aunt, a sibling, someone that you're close to, a family friend, and do that also. Because identifying these lists for when we were younger, in our childhood years, can determine what we do like naturally, innately, subconsciously in our everyday life now. Okay? All right, here's another list. Describe the kind of people who you most admire in the world. Okay? These can be famous people, it can be people you don't know, and you write those down. What are their qualities that you admire in them, right? Describe your ideal romantic partner. For people who are already married, I understand you're kind of stuck with that person because marriage is for life, or not nowadays, but you got the point, right? Write down what your ideal romantic partner is like or should be like, right? Because even if you already have a partner and they're not displaying all these qualities, these are some things that you can work on together to get there, right? You can discuss that with your partner, you can develop. For people who are single, this is a very, very important list to make, because prior to dating or before you go into a serious relationship with anybody, you should really know what qualities, and we're not talking about physical qualities and what they dress and what kind of shoes they wear. We just, did an exhausted list of human traits and qualities. We're talking about those type of qualities because that's what's going to matter the most. After the clothing comes off, after the makeup and the hair and all those things, and after we get old, remember, we're going to be stuck with just the qualities of that person. All right. Now, the most important part of this exercise is going into the mirror. And before we go into the mirror, we write down on the same piece of paper. Tell yourself what qualities you admire the most in yourself, right? So write down as many qualities as you can about yourself, because that will determine, and you should be telling yourself these things every day that you look at yourself in the mirror. I like myself because I'm happy, I'm adventurous, I'm a loving person, I'm warm, I'm beautiful. Tell yourself these things, because if you don't first tell yourself these things, you can't expect someone else to see that in you, because your brain doesn't register it. You don't know that you're those things, so you don't come off to the world this way, right? You first have to believe, you have to know what qualities you possess, and then others would see those in you. All right. The next thing is, now list 10 things or people you are grateful for in your life today and say why. We always try to end every activity with gratefulness. Being grateful is one of the highest energy states that we can be in, positive energy states, because being grateful is being thankful for everything we have, being thankful for the people and the things that we already have, so that we can bring that in tenfold into our lives. So you make a list of 10 things or people that you're grateful for. After you're making your gratitude list, you want to make sure, let's go backwards into what we already wrote, right? We're going to make our 10 lists of things or people that we're grateful for. We're going to tell ourselves 10 things about ourselves that we admire the most. And then we're going to take that list and talk about those things to ourselves in the mirror every single day. Okay. For others to see it, we have to first believe it, right? Then we're going to describe our ideal romantic partner, what qualities they have. We're not talking about their shoes, their shirt, their belt, all that stuff. It is irrelevant. Trust me, people. When it comes onto a real relationship, you want to make sure that the qualities and states of the person that you want to attach yourself to for life is compatible with your own personal values, right? Then you're going to make a list of the kind of people you admire the most in the world. They can be people you never met. I know I admire people such as Oprah, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, a whole list of people that have different qualities that I do admire throughout the years, and from books I've read, from shows I've watched, those kinds of things. Okay, then you're going to go back and make that list of the 10 best qualities of the animal or person you love the most. What are those qualities that they have? You're going to list your father's qualities, your mother's qualities, or the whoever you grew up with, during your childhood. It could be a sibling, it could be an aunt, an uncle, grandparents, a family friend, because I know not everyone grew up with necessarily a mother and a father in the home, right? Then you're going to talk about, I do not like people who do XYZ. I do not like people who have XYZ. I do not like people who are XYZ. I like people who are XYZ, right? So when you finish with all this list, it helps you to develop and understand your own self-worth and understand what you do and do not want from others in your life. This helps you to lead a happier life. We're talking about happiness, health, and wealth. Happiness is a vital state and a state of being, right? And in order for us to get there, there are a few things that we have to do before. We talked about making sure that we're using high energy and low energy words. Part of this process is understanding our own self-worth and making sure that we are aligning our own values and key states with what we want to see and get from others. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I'm hoping that you received so much information from this session and from this video. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, because it's YouTube and I need the likes and the subscriptions. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and walk good. Bye.